Hey folks, Vortex here. Welcome to my review of the Tripowin Vivace. I think this is a collab with a South Korean reviewer, but to be honest, I don't know who they are or kind of their tuning preference. So this actually makes it probably a bit more interesting because I have no idea what this will be like. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out to me, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, no thoughts and opinions are my own. And as you can see on the box, 10mm dynamic driver, and it's titanium coated PET. I think this is relatively affordable. I think maybe a max $30 or at least in that ballpark. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's have a look at what you get. So like I said, 10mm titanium coated PET diamond driver. So that's a good start. That's his name or her name. I'm sorry, I don't know their preference at all. Information on the back. So yeah, 10mm DD, 18 ohm impedance, so obviously rated power 5 milliwatts, maximum 10 milliwatts, sensitivity 106. Obviously there's some information there about the cable. So have a look. Quite curious to see what these fit. So obviously fairly basic packaging. Oh, these are actually quite nice. Protective cover on the side. Don't really see that more on the budget end, but looks pretty good. Oops, blows the camera out. So it's 2-pin. Nozzle looks short. So, oops, have to see what that's actually like. Hopefully that doesn't affect comfort. So, bunch of tips. Quite a lot actually, I didn't expect that many. Bit of paperwork and the cable. So obviously, looks like 3.5, it's just hidden in there. So yeah, so no idea what these are like. So, Tripowin, so maybe V-shape, U-shape, maybe, we'll see, won't we? And yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. So welcome to my review section of the Tripowin Vivace, if that's the correct way to pronounce it. So here's what it looks like with the cable. Straight 3.5, this is metal. It's a little bit rubbery, but I think it's still actually a pretty good cable. So you can see kind of what it looks like there. There's a chin slider here. A little bit loose, and obviously it looks like with the fitted. I've seen these kind of connectors before. I like that. I think it looks pretty good. They're not the same obviously on each, but you can see it shows a bit of fingerprints. You know, you grease, but it is what it is. I think they look pretty cool. Apart from that, as you can see, they're quite understated, so let's take these off. And these priced around $29. So again, very in that kind of bracket where it's really competitive, so they have to be pretty good. Obviously we'll get to that in a bit. So comfort and fit, so obviously that's important to me. So like I've shown you in the previous clip, you can see they've got quite a short nozzle. I was expecting these not to be very comfortable, and they're actually better than I thought. But obviously, you know, your mileage may vary, but I actually had no problems. I'll leave that off, saves you messing about. But yeah, and no issues. Obviously 2-pin as well. Obviously Tripowin are normally known for their cables. I think this cable that's included is pretty good. So your comfort is fit is pretty good really. Build quality seems fine. Again, they've made a few items by now. Fit and finish seems good. So timbre on this set, I think they sound really good. It's kind of U-shaped soundish, but because it's single DD, good overall tonality, which is what you want for a single dynamic driver. Shame about the fingerprints and grease, but it's all good. Yeah, good. So technicalities, I think it's pretty good. Only complex music can throw you off. Throw it off. But this is $29, not $299, so it's perfectly fine for the price bracket it's in. I can't remember the DD, but it's a 10mm one. Obviously, it's in the description to see the kind of tech they've used or the coating, but it's good enough for what it is really. So soundstage and imaging. So I think the soundstage is okay. Also, the imaging I think is very good for a DD set. Yeah, obviously I think it lacks a little bit of extension, but it's not bad at all. Again, you can't expect the world for $29 basically. Yeah, isolation on this set seems pretty good as well, if that matters to you. Anyway, tuning. So let's have a look at the graph. So before I even did this, I used these and I thought, oh well, these a very pleasant kind of tuning, fairly safe tuning. So obviously from the graph you can see it's kind of V, mild V. Treble's not aggressive, but anyway I'll get to that in a bit. So bass, guess you can see there's a bit of bleed from the mid-range, so it says good solid mid-bass, again, which I like for electronic. The decay seems pretty good. It's not the best bass I've heard, but again, like I said, the price, it's more than acceptable. But yeah, good fun bass. A little bit of sub-bass roll-off, but that to me, that doesn't really matter. Again, I prefer mid-bass over sub-bass. Mid-range on this set, again, pretty good. Female vocals are a little forward. They're not shouting, nothing like that. They're just put slightly more forward in the mix. And male vocals, again, on this set, I think are actually pretty good as well. I guess that, you know, that bleed from the bass, it just gives it a bit more body. I think these sound fine. Maybe a touch recessed in the middle, but it's okay with that. So treble, you can see there's a little bit of mismatch, but I didn't really notice that at all. Again, female vocals are forward. I'm glad they didn't go any more than that. But one thing I noticed is in the sound, some parts sound slightly more smoother than I was expecting. I think maybe they've had to dampen it quite a lot. Now I can't confirm this because I haven't opened these up in case I didn't want to damage anything. I think this might have been quite a bright driver and they've smoothed it out. But apart from that, it seems fine. Anybody who spends $29 on this should be probably happy with it. Again, electronic music sounds absolutely fine. I found these good for just general pop music, rock music, classical music, electronic music. It all sounds fine. It's got a good punch to it. It's just that slight smoothness to it. Also, as you can see, after 8K, it does drop off. So I found it does lack a little bit of details for some, sometimes like guitars or sharper sounding instruments seem to be a little bit smoothed off. Again, I'm not that too bothered by that. Again, I was again happy with my experience with it. To nitpick, you probably could do with a touch more detail and probably a touch more extension. And apart from that, I think it's a good set for, the $29 I think it is. And yeah, so straight to the conclusion, what do I think of the Vivaces? So obviously this is a collaboration model. Now, the original reviewer, who's obviously this is his collab, I don't know his tuning. I guess it seems pretty safe from what I could tell. I think it's a pretty good set, seems to fit me well, but your mileage may vary. Again, to nitpick really, it could do the touch more detail, and maybe touch more extension, but I think apart from that it seems fine. Maybe slightly longer nozzles because it's a little bit short. Again, everybody's different. Apart from that, I think it's fine. Maybe if you want a case, but again, the price this to be in this kind of very competitive market comes with a lot of tips. Cable seems good. Maybe throw a case in, but then again, you'd have to spend probably more, or they'll have to cut more corners for profits. But yeah, I think it's a good enough set really. It's not groundbreaking or anything like that. It's just a solid set for $29. So I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you think I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.